No.
The inside.
For clothes that Tristan lost. Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Banter Break. The Cosmopunk crew here again to say hi. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. And just have a little chat. We answer your questions. We talk about the things we've been doing. This month, we are going to be discussing the movie Space Truckers, which we watched, which was, as Typhon put it, a fever dream.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
Yes, but be so drunk first.
Yes.
Actually, that's all the movies we watch. Just be drunk before you watch them.
There's a lot of alcoholic prep work involved in that movie.
Yeah.
We do seem to come back to booze.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta have a drink to get through stuff. All right. So let's start off with our questions first. We can get into the other before. But before we do any of that, let's introduce Vinny, who I don't think has been on a Banter Break before.
I have not.
But no.
Vinny's first Banter Break.
Yes, so
Vinny's
excited.
first Banter Break.
Did you bring booze?
Sorry?
Did you
I
bring
did
booze?
not, no. I just came from work, so no.
That's fine. Lesson for next time.
You'll be hearing Vinny on some upcoming stuff, which I don't think we can talk about just yet.
Oh, okay.
But keep in mind that there'll be stuff upcoming, so get used to this voice. So, we're going to start off with, as always, your Patreon questions. Your Patreon questions from patrons on our Patreon. www.cosmopunk.com/Patreon. That's not right. Patreon.com/Cosmopunk.
Nice plug.
You're listening here already. Hey, I'm going to edit this. I can make it sound
If you're listening to this, no, you aren't.
Yeah, well, that's fine. So, the first things first, we got some questions in. Let's go through them. Let's go with the question 1 comes from Grumpus, and they ask, how much of a stand-in for yourself is your PC, and how much is it just like a fantasy that plays against type? I'll start off. I think Bath definitely embodied a lot of parts of myself. I am genderqueer, so I've often wanted to explore my femicide and such, and it came out much more in tabletop gaming and such. She's based mostly actually on my siblings, who are fancy ladies, I guess.
Does that mean that she's going to start wanting a Jeep at some point?
No, because that's V's entire bag. But my sister did want a Jeep. I hope she didn't get it because they're stupid.
I hope she did get it because they're awesome.
That's stupid.
Chelsea
So,
tractor.
so I play Bath. She's definitely different these days, as you'll hear later on as the show goes on. That comes from my own growth. In my time away from the show, I played a lot of games. I ran a lot of stuff. I think I improved a lot as a role player, so that will be reflected in her as well as it goes along. So I would say not a stand-in for myself, but certainly large parts. I think one of the best ways to make characters is to pick a bit of yourself and then explode it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So how about you?
So yeah, I guess Ryder is my sarcastic disrespect for authority that I have, but amplified times 10. I think where Ryder ends and I begin is that I know that there are concessions that need to be made in society when it comes to people's ability to make wealth and live happily, and Ryder does not.
What do you mean you can't beat people up in real life?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh no, we're 5 minutes into this and someone's dropped the word society already.
We've already gone back political. But yeah, I think Ryder is inherently anti-authority. And that's kind of why she doesn't like all of the rich people we meet. That's kind of built into her character.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot to mention as well, somebody else mentioned this to me, is that I tend to be a bit of the mother hen friend. I'm the mum friend in most groups, and that came off in Bath. So I guess that is actually quite a big part of that.
Yeah.
Somebody says some of Cancer, which I don't know. I don't do star signs, but apparently that's a thing.
I think Ryder views Bath as like a big sister.
Yeah, that's really nice. I think Bath definitely sees the group as as family. And I think because she, definitely because she's older than Ryder as well. Like she sees Ryder differently as a little sister. I can't even bring up the stuff that's going to come up in Come Again. Because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Have to wait.
Typhon, how about you?
I'd go with 50-50. Radar is basically some of the things I want to do, but dialed up to 11 and with a big heaping of ADHD just sort of thrown on there. Just to see what happens, really.
I don't know, some of the best...
That's all you're getting on that.
Some of the best things ever to come into the world came into the world as a result of ADHD.
Absolutely, they did.
But think how many like excellent webcomics we wouldn't have if everyone was neurotypical.
Isn't that the thing for autism? It's autism that like you wouldn't have the iPhone. You wouldn't for autism or something.
Don't know.
I don't know. I saw a poster. That was like, "Hey, you should be respectful of autism because you wouldn't have the iPhone otherwise," which is a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a double-edged sword, but anyway.
Yeah. Let's take that statement. Let's put it on that shelf over there, and then let's go on
Let
to
it ferment for a bit.
RJ.
Yeah. Don't blame me. Blame a poster I saw.
Okay. Damn you, poster. Anyway,
Yeah.
RJ.
See, I'd say so. You as Sai was saying that Ryder is them, but they live in a society. Whereas I don't live in a society, I live in Croydon. So V, consequently, is a lot closer to my actual personality. In terms of, I have a lot of internal monologue that quite often I have to, like, think, I could do this, but I shouldn't. V's just, I could do this, and then I do it.
RJ, in the nicest possible way, you don't have an internal monologue. You have
that's
a
all I
monologue.
Yeah.
We all hear it. Yeah.
It's just a monologue.
You hear about 30% of it.
V voices every single thought that they
Dude,
have.
I'm editing right now, and that's not true. There's so much RJ on the cutting room floor.
I can.
Having said that, wouldn't change a thing about it.
Damn right.
Worse.
It could be so much worse.
I love that as a threat. I could be worse.
Yeah.
So personality-wise, actually very close. Physiologically wise, not so much. But goddamn.
You are not a giant
No,
lizard.
I know, and it's very unfair.
It is.
Fair. So yeah, really, what's your vibe?
I think I try to play characters that are not me at all, but my own personality always sort of gets back in there. So lately I've been liking to play sort of scientifically minded characters, and I'm not very scientifically minded myself. I really respect the sciences, but I'm not good at them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mood. That's a mood.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit difficult for me to try to veer away from like wholesome, nice, helpful characters.
Yeah, I mean, I've played like a good few times with you now, and
Sorry, I don't know why this popped into my head.
What?
Just I too wish I could do the science.
Also, I think that everyone should get to have one dickhead arc.
Yeah.
You have to play a dickhead character once. It's just very gratifying.
I feel like I agree, but you've got to have a personality. It's always three-dimensional dick.
Oh yeah.
If it's a 2D dick, I'm not about it.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right, but I'm going to stick with it.
E61.net.
So, on to the next question, which is from Janice. And they ask, which one of you, or ones of you, are professional sound effects artists? Which is great.
None of us.
None of us are.
No.
Although I was saying, you could make an argument that since we're doing it for we have a Patreon, which means that we're technically receiving money for it.
No,
Does that make...
people are... No.
So I thought
we're not being paid to do it. People are paying for, because we're doing it anyway.
RJ, we don't file this under our taxes.
No, and also something
Actually,
Dunning-Kruger
I do have to
effect.
file some of our taxes.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
shit,
We're
really?
way under the limit.
Yeah,
The limit is significantly higher than this. Unless they're using it as a write-off.
Patreon's an American company, so you have to...
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
So I do actually have to do taxes.
Gonna get a visit from the IRS.
Yeah.
I would like to recant my statement and have it stricken from the
I will
record.
fucking fight them.
However,
I will fight the IRS, and unlike Al Capone, I'm not a bitch.
There's a Clash song
All
about
right.
this.
That said, however, yeah, to answer your question, Janice, none of us are. We all just kind of like learned going along. Cypher was actually the first one to start working on Foley, and we talked about this before, but it was Cypher taking. So originally, I would record the sessions because my memory's bad, and then Cypher took that and was like, "I'm gonna put cool sound effects over it," and like he brought that up. Now, when it comes to sound effect stuff, it's really more the domain of Cy and RJ. I can edit like a mother, but sound effect stuff, music, come talk to me. Effects, talk to these guys.
Yeah, I think I had a bit of a background in this from an early age because I did media when I was in college, and I was making movies with a little DV camera, and I had just an archive of sound effects ready to go from a very early age, and they're all like shitty tinny WAV sound effects, but still it's very interesting to just
for the radio as well.
Oh yeah, and I used to run a radio show. I used to be a streamer.
Oh, that seems like a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge leap to bury, dude.
Well, I mean, back in like 2004, I used to stream a little radio show, a little furry radio show called Planet Furry.
Yeah.
There you go.
KWKAT Planet Furry Radio.
And I made
Oh,
little.
is that still around?
Oh,
No, fuck no.
I mean,
That's
are
been
the
dead since like
recordings,
2009.
Are there recordings out there somewhere?
maybe I've maybe got an MP3 somewhere. I'll have to have a look for one.
Okay. So keep an ear out, guys.
Yeah.
If we ever use Planet Furry Radio as background Foley,
Oh.
I'd love that.
you'll hear baby sigh.
Oh god, imagine little Cy, so fresh faced.
Teenage
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
listening to Nightwish and Iron Maiden.
Jeez. That's pretty cool though. That's all right. Okay. Well, moving on from that. Actually, no, RJ. What you obviously started like doing Foley alongside Cy. How did you like find getting into it? You obviously really like making effects yourself.
You're not going to believe it, but it's fucking media studies again.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Wow.
Sick form media studies. Everyone has to make a film, turn it in at the end.
Yay!
Mine
Fucking nerds.
Mine was about drug dealers, and I spent like most of it was me filming a really cool car chase with my mate's cars. Then I realised I hadn't written an ending, so I did one of those bullshit fade to black, like text on a screen, and here's what happened things, and it was I got a C. But the sound
I'd
effects.
give you a C.
the sound
No,
effects were
I'd
on
give you a
point.
C as well. You can't give me a cool car show and be
Okay.
like, and they all got away in a black.
It was all
Yeah.
a dream.
Yeah.
In my defense, I was 16, and it was my first ever project. And the
Unacceptable.
cinematography was. I got an A+ for the cinematography section because all the camera work was really good, and I got
Good, yeah.
and I got an A+ for the sound effects and Foley, and I got like a D or E for story
Yeah,
because
that tracks.
because
That
I
fully
didn't
tracks.
write a story, and that's how I learned that if you're gonna make a thing, write out everything for it.
Make a
first.
story. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Fair.
and that's why I have a whiteboard.
True. Okay, so the next question is a bit of a more fun one. This one comes from Rose Blackthorn. They ask, when Ryder and Radar cook at the bar, are they required to wear hairnets? If so, how? They also say,
Oh,
I guess it works for Al as well since they cook, but Al Zuki isn't here. But we can. I think if I remember right at the beginning of Wolf in Kashmir, Al is wearing a hairnet when RJ, is that right? When they come into the kitchen and meet him.
I think they are. Yeah, but now
Their
imagine
whole
a full
body is
yeah,
covered in
I can-
fur.
Yeah,
That's why it's
I can
funny.
add
They're
to
just
this.
wearing a hairnet.
It's not a hair net. It's more of a body net, with us all being covered in
Well,
hair.
that's just a body
So-
stocking then. That's just sexy.
Yeah,
You're gonna wear a
yeah,
body
I'm
stocking
afraid
while
so.
cooking.
Right, so everyone's got to wear a body stocking while cooking,
No!
which is the whole thing, I guess.
Well, V won't have to, or Bath.
I think it's
True.
more the idea that if you wear a
Yeah, but they don't cook.
It's more the idea that if you wear a hairnet, because everyone has like individualistic hairstyles, that if you wear a hairnet, you can't tell whose hair is in your food if it's just from random bits of your body. But
What?
if it's- Yeah, because if you get like a long brown hair in your food, that's Radar. If you get a pink or a
Hey.
blue one, that's from Ryder. So you'd be
So
able
you
to
can
tell,
tell.
and then you
Gross.
can be offended. So they both wear hairnets. But if there's just like random bits of fluff in your food, it's like, oh god, this place again. I can't.
For the record, there's no random bits of fluff in the food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
we saved
I feel we're missing a key point.
we saved Radar specifically to prevent this.
You did not shave Radar.
We'll save that.
You have
dog.
threatened to on many an
I'll
occasion, but
save
I
that
promise
dog.
you go anywhere near my fucking Oh, bollocks, words.
Luscious
Come
locks.
on.
It's
Yeah.
right. You can shave V in like revenge.
No, because you're a lizard.
Okay, so moving on from
Anyway.
shitting V and wearing
mate.
body stockings. Cool. We got our last question right here from Max. Max the Wicked. This is our last Patreon question, sorry. So Max says, the crew are in an arcade. What kind of games would each member prefer? I.e., light gun shooters, dancing, racing, other, etc.
Oh my god, Operation
Hold on,
Wolf.
Before we go in,
Oh.
I'd like to ask Vinny's opinion of what she thinks they all do, and then we'll go around and see what they do.
Oh, that's a good way of doing it.
Oh, so let's see. What were the options again?
E.g., light gun shooter, dancing game, racing game. I pick any arcade game you feel
Yeah,
like.
it's just an
Even a video
example.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. This is where I prove that I'm not very knowledgeable about video games.
That's fine.
I feel like V would like racing games.
Yeah, track.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, tracks.
One of those ones where it's like
'cause
it's a
RJ
big-
likes
you're
racing
stuck
games.
inside the machine. It's a steering wheel with a big screen and hydraulics.
I can see.
I'd be all over that.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be fucking great. Yeah.
Oh, and I
Fucking Oh god, Daytona racing. All four of us on the fucking.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we've got,
that
we've got
one!
an 8-player one at work.
Ah, wicked.
There's actually a game I would definitely. I mean, it depends. There are two games for Ryder. One would be Fruit
DDO.
Ninja, which has an arcade
Oh.
machine.
Oh yeah, it does. I
It
forgot.
does.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But there is an unreleased session we did where Ryder plays a dancing stage type machine.
Yeah. I don't know. I can just really picture Bath and Ryder getting like super competitive into DDR.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can 100% see that.
Yeah, but Bath would be very much into it in the dancing stage type thing. Type, I'm gonna say yeah. You already mentioned Operation Wolf Style Shooter.
Absolutely.
Surprising no one. Yeah, for sure.
Not trying to surprise anybody here. And maybe Afterburner as well.
Oh, the original one. Yeah.
The original one in the big, again with the hydraulics and all of that. You know.
Oh, that's the new one where it's in a big like orb and it spins around and shit. It's pretty fun.
New one? I was playing that in 1996. We had one down at the pavilion
Yeah,
here.
sorry. In arcade terms, anything that's like less old than 2010 is new.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
It's fairly succinct. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty succinct. All right. Okay. So from this, we're going to move on to our recommendation of movie, which is of course Space Truckers.
Is
And by
it?
recommendation,
Okay.
of course, mean be careful of Space
I
Truckers.
can't really say I would recommend it.
No.
Yeah.
It's
I
one
mean-
of those movies you suffer through.
Vinny, you were there. You were there with us.
Yeah.
This was your second movie night.
Yeah,
I
it
think?
was
Third?
third.
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we did.
Little Shop of Horrors
Yes, that was the third one.
Oh,
and
that's a
Rebel
good one.
Moon.
Yeah.
Up and down.
Yeah,
Rebel
right.
Moon one.
You know, speaking of Moon, I just want to quickly point out I went back and watched Jupiter Rising again, and you know what? We all judged that movie way too harshly.
Oh, really? Do we need to have a rewatch?
Well, yeah, it deserves a rewatch because after watching Rebel Moon, Jupiter Rising is a far more cohesive and fun movie.
I
I've
don't
never
remember
actually
any of,
seen that one all the way
Jupiter
through.
Rising.
So
Oh well, guess what's happening next week, guys?
All right.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's either that or Robot Jocks. I'll put it to a vote. But sorry, Vinny,
Robot
let's see.
Jocks is amazing.
Robot Jocks is great fun.
Mhm.
It's Dennis Hopper, right?
yeah.
This has got Dennis Hopper, Stephen Dorff, Charles Dance, and Debbie Mazur in it.
Right. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest. The main thing I took away from this movie was that Dennis Hopper's character was super creepy.
Oh, he was so creepy.
Yeah.
That's Dennis Hopper, yes.
The whole forced marriage thing was just a bit.
Yeah, that was just like...
Yeah.
I kept thinking he was going to be like, haha, just kidding. But it's like, no, he's
He's
really
really
into
serious.
this.
No,
Yeah.
you
really
will wife
into
me.
I mean, this is the man who played King Koopa in Super Mario Bros. So, you know, take from that.
Yeah. But you know, I will say though, for the time, nice effects. I think that the monster robot, what were they like, killer robot things?
Yeah.
Oh, the.
Oh.
They were like
Wait,
robots,
yeah.
weren't they? Because he had the remote control for them.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, they had these massive cod pieces, and what can only be described as cast iron butter.
Cake? Yeah.
So it became serious robo cake.
You
So it
didn't
was hard
notice
to
it at
replace anything
first,
else.
but then it just sort of activates a neuron deep within your brain, just like, what?
Yeah. There's a bit where they walk into the storage before the robots, and they're held up in kind of weird, folded upwards ways. So all you're getting is just like the creepy head, which looks a bit like the MDK helmet, just gigantic codpiece and firm robo buttocks, and then they kill you, then they try and kill you, which is a whole thing.
I
Might have
will
been able
say-
to avoid them if you weren't distracted by the robot buttocks.
True.
I will say I liked
Good
the
mix of,
world building.
Yeah.
I really liked the
yeah.
look of the world.
Yeah, there was a lot of show don't tell, wasn't there,
Yeah.
with like the square pigs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good mix of actual model work and CGI as well. Like use CGI loosely there. You know,
Yeah, because remember
six.
the pirate
Yeah.
ship was a model, I think? Or was it CGI?
Their main trucker ship as well was a little model thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
I do miss a good bit of like proper.
Practical
Model
effects. Yeah.
Just like you could do so well with it. Look at fucking Red Dwarf. All of the model work in that was fucking excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, Space Truckers. I'm gonna give it a solid 5. It is amusing, but very much off the time.
Right.
It sounds like you're gonna go lower than 5. Right?
I'm trying to remember what I gave Rebel Moon now.
I think you gave Rebel Moon a 3 or a 4, didn't
I think you gave it a 3.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
I think
No,
you were
I
like,
didn't give
Rebel
it
Moon
that.
is crap, but...
Yeah, you really didn't like Rebel Moon.
I mean, I was expecting more because it had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought into the hype.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still say that after they release the second movie and then you get the Snyder cut of the 2 movies smashed together, we'll all go, oh, it's alright actually. But until then,
Yeah, but
it's a bit shite.
should you have to wait for the Schneider cut?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
that was the
I
plan
think
all along.
it's
I think.
becoming his thing. It's like the Snyder cut is becoming like his.
Yeah, but your audience is going to learn from that. So they're going to be like, oh, it's a Schneider movie. We'll just wait for the actual...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes, pre-releases. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Schneider movie 1.0 alpha.
But yeah,
You want the public beta? That's where it gets good. Yeah.
I think definitely it's worth a watch if you just want to enjoy some CG schlock, sci-fi schlock from the time. But
Trails.
I kind of like the creepy Nazi scientist guy. I thought the whole Robodick thing was funny.
the Robo
as long as it was done
Preacher
well, yeah, this is the thing. The Robodick thing was funny at first, and then it went on way too long, got way too creepy. I was like, all right, look, you could have just said, I built a Robodick. I don't. That's funny. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
wanna
creepiness
see
was
you use
very off-putting for me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
It's just this whole movie is generally unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the acting's okay if they're trying to be unsettling characters.
Which I think they were,
The
to an
plot's
extent.
weird as fuck.
Well, just Robodick guy. Everybody else was just doing their thing.
The Robo
They all
guy
seemed
Yeah.
kinda creepy.
and the main character.
The main
Both of them.
character.
Also, the protagonist really
Dennis
wasn't
Hopper,
that
yeah.
likable.
No.
No,
Either.
he really wasn't. I still going for he's a crusty old guy, but he's got like a Clint Eastwood kind of vibe. But he just came off like a dick.
Yeah.
And
A Robo-Dick.
a robo dick. Yeah. So yeah, Space Truckers. Get drunk. Get
Yeah.
drunk and give it a 5.
I'd give it a
Get
6
drunk.
because it was bad but funny bad.
It
Rather
Yeah,
was
I'm
bad,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, I was drunk, so I'm getting a 5. If I watch it sober, who knows? It may go down.
3.5.
could be a 3, could be a...
I watched it sober, 3.5.
Right.
Oh. I don't want to give this movie lower score than Rebel Moon because Rebel Moon had considerably more money
That's
put
just
into it.
Yeah.
the watershed for bad movies.
So I'm going to give this movie 4 Robo Dicks out of 10.
Okay, no, 4. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I think I'd give it 4 also. I would probably rate Rebel Moon lower because there was a chunk of it in the middle that I just don't remember happening.
Yeah, same.
I think I
Yeah,
spaced
yeah.
out and just lost time during that
I don't know how the fuck we're going to view part 2 in April. Because I don't remember any of the first one.
It's okay. Topless Conan guy will still be there, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Arjo will keep us up to
But,
date.
space truckers like kept me. It was weird. It was very weird. It was unsettling, but it kept me invested.
It was engaging,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, nothing too much happened. They were in a truck. There were some robo things in the truck. Nazi robo dick wanted them. And then the mayor tried to blow them up at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For no reason.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like thanks for saving the world, or thanks for saving the planet. Here's a stack of money. Like, cheers.
Oh!
But then it's got a bob in it for no reason.
I remember why, because the mayor was the one who was behind the fucking robots in the first place. Because he's the one. He's the one that caused Roboplegic Roncock to be a Roboplegic in the first place.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Arjo, you want to go on about the incredible trust shown at the beginning of the movie?
Oh my god, this annoyed me so much. Basically, there's this guy, Roboplegic Roncock, before he becomes all Roboplegic. He builds an unstoppable army of super robots with a remote that allows one person, and one person only, to control them. And he says, here is this massive army I've built. I'm going to give complete control of it to you, Mr. Random Mayor. And I don't see any reason why you decide to kill me afterwards, because I'm definitely not a loose end or anything. And of course he gets murked 5 seconds later.
Yeah, he gets super murked.
And he looks so surprised when
And he looks surprised! You imbecile! How did
I
you
never
not
thought
see
Times
that
would eat
coming?
my face.
surprise Pikachu face.
It is the surprise Pikachu face. Oh my days, that's
The
still...
most obvious betrayal of 1996.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Space Truckers. It's not great.
It's not great, not terrible.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I do have one question that I didn't get around to asking while I was
Ah.
and we can finish up on that because we're getting in time. We're doing good. Yeah. So final question is what are your favorite characters you've played in other games? And do you have any moments from Cosmopunk or other games you've played that were particularly good for you? So sorry, you made the noise. You go first.
Characters I played in other games. I really liked playing Twill, the roboticist Banter in his little floating
with
hover
those big
chair
hands.
with the big hands. Yeah, that was a fun character, and he just ended up becoming like a detective, and I had like a pipe and everything. I can imagine him just like twirling that while he's deducing. That was a fun character to play. And also Carl in the campaign that wasn't recorded for
Oh yes, Crash the Party.
Crash the Party, yeah, because that was the first character I played that wasn't completely combat focused. In fact, he was completely averse to combat. Ended up smashing something with a motherboard, I think, because he didn't have any
Step
weapons.
around, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think I sent some guards in after you guys, and because you had no weapons, you just threw a motherboard at somebody.
Yeah. Favorite part of Cosmopunk? There's too much. I can't pick a specific thing. There's a really nice part coming up towards the end of Carmageddon, but you'll have to wait and see what that is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's slide over to Ty. Characters you've played in other places before that you enjoyed, and or Cosmopunk, and favorite moments from any game you've played.
Oh, favourite moments. Well, favourite moment in Cosmopunk will always be sitting down halfway through Blood and Sand and fucking just talking to Ryder's mum. Just having an adult, an in-depth conversation that doesn't necessarily end like perfectly, but it ends well enough.
Yeah, that was a nice
And
character building scene.
it felt real.
For Radar, I think.
Yeah, it really was. It was one of the most gratifying scenes I think I've had as a role player.
Oh.
I really liked Ryder's mums. I thought they were really good characters.
Tabitha
I
and
really liked the. Yeah, what was it again? Tabitha and
Mel.
Mel,
yes,
yeah.
Mel, yes.
Well,
I really liked the quiet argument they were having, because I've been at friends' houses when the parents were arguing, like, I'm just going to stay in this room actually while they're like arguing at each other.
Yeah.
It was unquiet whispering. I can tell you that much. Yeah, just really, really wholesome, rounded out, and there was bacon sandwiches in the morning, so always good.
Nice. Vinny, how about you? Favorite characters you've played, and favorite moments in games you've had?
So I think one of my favorites is from a Pathfinder stream that I did, and I played a gnome alchemist called Emma Boomtower.
Oh, that was Champignon de Liberté.
Yeah,
We did that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, she was a lot of fun. She was, in a world of magic, she was a scientist. Like yeah, she believed that all of this magic stuff could be explained scientifically.
Huh.
Yeah.
I bet she made a lot of
Oh,
friends. Yeah.
And she
All
really
of these hardcore magic users just like, no!
and she really loved bombs, which is also a recurring thing with my
That's
characters.
a thing for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you
Bad
love
liking.
bombs.
Like I can't
Well, I
have
can
a grenade
play.
proficiency and not use it.
I've watched I throw bombs like shit. I did not plan for grenades again. every single time.
Ty, I think
Yeah.
you found a kindred
I was
spirit.
gonna say,
here.
I know,
I
right?
think this character should meet
Radar.
Radar.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'd get on like a house on fire because there would be a house on fire.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can see it now, just being like two really awkward people sat in a room, be like, "So, you like grenades?" And that's it. That's the conversation.
You just smile.
Yeah.
What's your
Smile
favorite
awkwardly,
grenade?
nod.
Oh god.
I like the ones. I like the ones that
Oh,
explode.
me too. Those are the best.
Those are the best. The way they just bang, just preferably in other people's
And when they
faces.
make
Just their
fire,
face lights up.
especially when they
Yeah.
explode
Yeah.
into fire.
Oh, the shrapnel! Oh, the noise the shrapnel makes! Oh, yes, I love it.
Okay. Let's move on because we got.
That got too real.
I've got 7 minutes, so let's move on to RJ. RJ.
So favourite moment so far, it's going to have to be the time V went inside Radar's brain and summoned an entire spaceship, because
Yes.
of all the things that I've wanted to turn into an actual animation, that one is the top. In that I've
Just
storyboarded
over the
it
top
in my head
anime.
and started learning Blender. That's how serious I'm about it.
Do
The
it.
downside is
Well,
I'm
yeah.
shit at Blender.
Well, the thing is, Sai and I were talking about doing like short
Animatics.
Yeah.
animatics, yeah, for like TikTok and YouTube and whatever. So, yeah, maybe in the future
Yeah.
we can work on something like that.
Okay,
Sure.
but you know how I'm a weird perfectionist and I like.
Yeah, I'm not going to have
massively
you
over-
do it because we need to get things done.
We need to get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be done by this year. So you don't.
I'm glad you can compensate for me because I can't.
I would love to animate the buzzard scene from Engines of Matrix.
I give you this magical scene.
I can see it in my head. V just like prying back the bushes, and there's just this deer there, and everyone just panics because animal! It might kill us.
It's a buzzer.
Rat shotgun.
Yeah.
And yes.
I think.
Sorry, I was going to say characters that I've also played. Dr. Prey, who is a side character of mine that I use in some recorded shows. Actually, you'll get to meet Dr. Prey on this podcast eventually.
Is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Sorta, I guess. I won't say too much more
Let's,
about
hang
it.
on, so
but-
if you want to see RJ playing Spray and Cypher playing what's Banter's name again?
Twill.
Tour the Banterid. You can check both out over at Manapot. I believe they'll be on their YouTube channel. What's it called again? God, my brain is gone today.
yeah, fucking not Dice Fiends, not Squid Heroes.
No, Manapot's the channel,
yeah,
and the show was called
Book of Bethesda, I think.
Book. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, thank you. Yes, yes. Check out Book of Bethesda, where the guys here do cameo. It'll be on YouTube. I'll throw a link in the doodly doo.
Yeah,
There you
so don't worry
go.
about
In
it.
the doodly-doo.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Myself, I play a lot of characters. I've been on a lot of things. I think I'm not going to do Bath because Bath. But I think one of my favorite characters to play recently was probably Greylance. But he was also like a kind of Idris Elba-y noir, just like a big, kind of over it space cop. Who
They're the bald
had a,
people, aren't they, the noir?
Yes, a
Yes.
big ball man. I watched Luther, and I went, yeah, that's all right.
That's
It's a
Idris
bit
Elba
alright,
voice
yeah.
of Buffalo in Zootopia.
Oh yeah, the guy from Zootopia.
Oh.
Actually, shit, you're right. Idris Elba does play the bald guy from Zootopia.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Officer
who is a
something.
over it sergeant. Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
I
police
think that's
force.
just Idris Elba's just like whole thing is being an over it but tough guy.
Yeah.
I think Idris Elba's just done with life at this
Yeah.
point. He's just fed
No,
up.
he seems to be having quite fun because he's got a whole series going on with Fast and the Furious of all things.
Well, no, he doesn't. He died.
His character
in the
dies,
movie.
but I get the feeling that's not the last we'll see of him.
Oh.
Because
What happened
Even though he
to the
died.
Fast and
Okay.
Furious
okay, so
movies?
without getting too in depth of it, because I've got like a couple of minutes.
RJ,
Very
we've
quickly.
got 3 minutes, we have to go.
At the end of
3
RJ,
minutes.
it was
He's a clone. There's
RJ,
millions
stop.
of them.
no.
It's
just
implied
stop.
heavily.
This is not the Fast. We can watch the movie and then talk about it, but this is not the Fast. and Furious plot.
Which Fast and Furious movie would you like to watch?
no.
There's 20
No,
to pick
no,
from.
I'm not. I'm not
Number
taking
one.
that bait, Ty.
All right,
That's bait. That's bait.
that's bait. That's bait. Yeah.
That was absolutely bait.
As well as Grey Lance, there are a couple of characters that I've played with Vanessa actually, like Skarakiki,
Oh, I
who
love
was
Skarakiki.
just a big sweetheart. Just a really nice, sweet girl who was also 10 foot tall and strong as an ox.
What's that? That big puffin girl, the battle monk. that you
Oh, that's
showed
Pill
me?
Dandy.
Yes, I like her.
Yeah, Pill Dandy's good fun.
Yeah.
I think if you've ever seen Conan the Carnival Destroyer, Grace Jones's character, just imagine that, but it's a 6 foot puffin lady, Aarakocra, who will kick you in the face.
I am imagining that. That's
Brutal.
awesome.
Yeah, like, it was fun. She was fun to play.
This rocks. More people should do this.
Yeah, she's got serious thighs.
Yeah, like concrete covered in cashmere.
Absolutely. Oh, I like that. That's good.
That's the description I use for my horse girl, Victoria.
Oh, damn. She's like pure. We should do one with like Victoria meets Pill Dandy.
Well,
Victoria's just carved out a teak.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I'd love to do her as a character in a roleplay at some point. We discussed about making her a noir, like based on a noir.
Yeah.
That's right. We can base it on a noir and do that one there. Yeah, for sure. But for now, guys, we'd like to say thank you for listening.
Yep.
Keep an eye out. We are still. This is going to go up probably like straight away, actually. So you'll be enjoying New Kids on the Block episode of the show. Hope you're liking it.
Yeah.
And please, hey, don't forget to tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell people you don't know. Just shout at them in the street.
Yep.
So check
Yeah.
out the show.
Remember, there's no fluff in the food.
There's no fucking food. There's no fucking food.
Yeah.
We're going to put that sign on front of the bar.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the minigun. No fur in the food.
Yeah, there's no food. There's no food.
0 days since last food furring.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's 0 days since last incident, and it's always on 0.
Zero's just sharpied onto the board at this point.
Yeah, but next to the bullet holes.
All right, guys. Well, that's us for the night.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.